All right. Yeah, no kidding. I'm gonna go to the back of the big tramp here for just a second. Figured I'd come back in here for just a second while we're waiting for people to file back in. I'll share a quick story I got while I was on break for all two of you that are listening right now. Let's see. So the story that I got, I'm gonna have to paraphrase this here because I gotta leave names and different information out here, but I basically got a message from somebody who said that they were attempting to transfer their shares from one broker to another, both their AMC and GME shares. They didn't have the funds in their old broker account, the fees that they were required in order to transfer the shares. However, the new broker that they were moving their shares over to said that the action could not be completed due to the fact that there were no shares available. Zero. Zero shares available to be traded, exchanged into yeah. And to which, by the way, I thought this was kind of the funny part here. The broker, the new brokerage account that they were moving their shares over to, laughed when they said it. So, it's like, oh, thanks for laughing.
That's the best part. That's the best part of the whole story.
Yeah. But the person that sent me this message said they got a good chuckle out of that. No securities to transfer. That was the quotation. No securities to transfer. Why else would they initiate a transfer if they didn't hold something? So I don't want to specifically name any brokers because
it makes me want to do it. It just makes me want to do it.
Yeah. I don't want to list off any names of brokers because I'm not here to try and I actually, they said I could say whatever I wanted to say. They gave me permission to give the broker names, but I'm not here to create fear and panic. And that's not the purpose of telling this story. The purpose of telling this story is because I want you to understand that a lot of our brokers don't have the positions that they say that they have. Not all of them.
Well,
maybe even some of them.
Is it a mainstream broker or is this a minor player?
I really just don't. I see that's the problem is I think
I'm sorry.
by me going down that road, it's me saying like this broker doesn't have your shares, so therefore you need to exit your position. That's what I feel like it's saying, and I'm here to tell you that I think it's across the board a problem, and I don't care whether it's large or small institutions. I think they all have problems. I think if there were enough people, name the broker that you think has the largest position held of AMC shareholders. Who do you think it is? I actually don't know the answer, but who do you think? I mean, it's gotta be like Vanguard, right?
Yeah, I would think so.
Vanguard's got probably one of the largest holding positions of AMC. I would imagine that if there were enough people who decided to transfer out of their positions from Vanguard, that there would probably be a problem.
Shitstorm.
Yeah.
A shitstorm. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and again, I feel like I could name off any broker. It doesn't matter who it is because guess what? They don't hold the positions that they're supposed to be holding. Period. End of story. None of them. Now, I've gone on this very, very this thought process in the past. And I know, because I know you're going to go down the same thought process. And this may become a topic where people want to talk about moving their shares from one broker to another. There's usually a $75 transfer fee out of one broker to another, or thereabouts. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less. But just know that there's always going to be that fee, and you get nothing out of it, other than you've moved your shares from one. Nothing. You get nothing, except for the fact that you moved your shares from one position to another, from one brokerage holder to another. And more than likely, they're probably just they're not even going to continue to hold those positions even afterwards, once they have been transferred. So for me to suggest that a bunch of us should just start moving our shares from one broker to another gets you nothing.
No, it wouldn't.
It would.
If anything, it would be just like when they did the Ape thing. They would delay people. They would tell people it's going to take a few more days. It would be that kind of shit.
Right. So
it wouldn't. You're right. It wouldn't reveal anything.
If you're going down that dark rabbit hole of we need to try and do something here. And that's the rabbit hole that you're going to fall down towards when you hear me say these kind of things. Don't go down there because it's not going to yield us anything better than what it is we're already doing.
Rabbit hole.
Yeah, it's a rabbit hole. Because I know that's where people go. That's where I went. I mean, it's a natural thought progression is well, if that's the case, then what happens if we do this?
What did you find?
Logic.
Yeah,
I found logic is what I found.
I could have told you
Yeah.
that was that down there.
That was the
And
first thought that.
Yeah.
you're breaking up on us, Pirate.
Pirate, come on, pirate.
You said that was the first
Somebody's
thought, and
watching
then
a
you cut
movie.
out.
Pirate, come back.
Yeah, he's gone. He's done for.
Pirate, come back.
Anyways,
But doesn't this happen every time something happens? This happens.
yeah, Funky Pizza says we
Feels
should.
like
We know all this, but we think people should know which broker it is, and I understand that. I get it, but
who cares? When the time comes and you're gonna sell, just sell. They'll have money by that time.
Funky, I understand why that would probably make you feel nervous, right? It would make me feel nervous too. What I would recommend, Funky, is that you go and you look at the historical past on some of the brokers out there. If you haven't gone into the description section of this channel and seen for yourself the list of different brokers and what it is that they did in 2021, then you need to go through that list and understand and know that if you were involved with one of the brokers that's in that group of brokers that did horrible things, then you have additional risk in play. Because more than likely history will repeat itself. But in case you don't know where that's at, I will copy and paste it down for you right now so that you can go look at it for yourself. And what I will tell you this broker, which level in this list it falls in. And I'll do that for you as a favor. So give me a second here while I click on the list. Excuse me. Oof. I got burps. Hold on. They fall under the list of restricted purchasing of certain tickers. So if you open up that list and you go in there, there's a couple different sections that fall in that list. And if you want to know what brokers did during certain periods of time, they fell under the restricted purchasing of certain tickers. And you can go in there and you can look at it for yourself. There was a point in time where I feel like this list was the good, the bad, and the ugly. I feel like they've changed it a little bit more to reflect like what they did. Anyways, the ugly was the top section. I think the bad was the restricted purchasing of certain tickers, and then restricted trading, publicly naming their intermediary might have also been part of the bad, and then did not restrict trading was the good section, if I had to recall correctly. I do feel like this has been changed. Yeah. Okay. I think that's fair enough. That's probably as close as I'll probably get to telling you a name. All right, one more thing before we go off and check numbers. Because Gina's not going to believe it. That's my sandwich that I made. And I put more mustard on it. Even after that big old heaping tablespoon of mustard that I had this morning, I went ahead and threw on. I should have wrote AMC on the sandwich. It was a hindsight on my part to not write that on there. But yeah, I still put more mustard on. If that doesn't cause you to have anxiety the way that I put that on there, I don't know what will. Because that is a hot mess. And yes, I closed it with the chips right in the middle. All right. Now to the important business. Numbers. Let me move some screens around here. 1 second. All right. Starting with off exchange. By this time of the day on off exchange, I would expect to see about 63%, 62, yeah, 63% going through off exchange and EDGX combined. As it stands right now, we have, how much do we have? 54.7% going through off exchange. EDGX at 10.47. The combined total on that 65.17%, or about 2.17% more than it should be by this time of the day. Ortex, as of an hour ago, at about 274,000 shares having been borrowed for the day. That value has changed to 16,000 shares borrowed so far for the day today. Not a whole lot. It's going to keep that estimated short share interest, the free float, at 8.59. That's actually should have lowered it to 8.59%. Cost per mins at 1.04, averages 1.44, max is 8.93. We're seeing a little bit of a rise in the max. Shares on loan for the day today is at 10.66 million shares. That's approximately 570,000 shares more on loan today than there was yesterday. And Ortex is suggesting that about 148,000 of that was in new short interest. Taking a look at the calls versus puts on the options chain, highest amount of calls an hour ago was at a $7 strike with 11.3 thousand contracts. It's now 14.9. Highest amount of puts coming in at a $6.50 strike. There was 3.9 thousand contracts an hour ago, now 4.4. Hold up a second here. MMRI earlier this morning was at 248.29. It's now at 249.3. So driving up almost a full point within the last hour. And the spread between the 2-year and 10-year yield this morning was 0.518% difference, which is a little bit lower than what it was yesterday. Orders by Fidelity customers, AMC and GME are the only two I'm looking for on this list. Neither of which are on there. How many of these, of the 30 most heavily traded stocks, according to Fidelity, have greater than a 50% buy ratio? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 stocks have greater than a 50% buy ratio. Retail is not buying. SSR trigger price is at $6.07. Shares available to borrow is at 1.9 million shares. That is a drop from earlier this afternoon. So we've had an additional, let's see here, 500,000, another 500,000 shares having been borrowed for the day today, and that's going to put us at 4.7 million shares in total. Oh, no, sorry. 4.8 million more shares borrowed for the day today and returned. Actually, you can see not all of them have been returned. We're only showing 1.9 million having been returned so far out of that 4.8. Fees have gone from 0.7 down to 0.6. NASDAQ is up 0.41, Dow Jones is up 0.54, and the S&P 500 is up 0.41. We have, excuse me a second here. I feel like I got a burp coming, but it's not coming. If I start burping in the middle of a sentence here, I apologize. We have 4,429 advancers. I'll try to mute my mic as fast as I can. 4,429 advancers to 1,580 decliners. The market's more advancing this hour than it is last hour. That'd be so gross if I just started burping like mid-sentence. I would try to keep you guys from hearing that. That would be so gross. Mag 7. Out of the Mag 7, 4 out of the 7 are in the green. One of which is borderline not in the green. Only up 0.17. Big bank movers for the day today. Anything plus or minus 2.5% or greater is going to get a shout out. FRC is up 7.14. UBS Group is up 5.33. Western Alliance is up 3.36. And that's about it. Silver is up 1.06 and trending down. Gold is up 0.54, trending down. Ethereum Classic is up down 2.18 and trending down. US dollar is down 0.36 and start. It looks like it's trying to get a bit of a rebound here. Oil is down 0.15 and is consolidating after an uptrend. Mortgage-backed securities are up anywhere from 0.18 to 0.23 and trending down. SPY is up 0.43 and is currently it's recovering from a downtrend and appears to maybe be slightly trending upwards, although it kind of looks a little bit more like consolidation to me. VIX is down 1.19. It did break down below to the bottom side here, right at my box. I was kind of expecting a break to the bottom side this morning because very typically on an upwards wedge like this that's so steep, you don't typically break to the top side. But I suggested if we did, it could run pretty far. But in this particular case here, it broke to the bottom side, but it actually did a retest and is managing to stay underneath that level of what was support, which has now become resistance. It broke right at my box there. It's kind of crazy. VBR is at 1.27, which is trending up. VB is up 1.32, trending up. Tesla is up 1.7. Oh, by the way, on the VIX with it trending down like it is right now, and it hasn't broken that trend just yet. With it trending down like this, that should have the market going up. Tesla is up 1.67, is breaking a downtrend and starting to move up. Amazon is down 0.47 and trending down. Cinemark is down 0.97 and consolidating after a short trend up. Doge is down 2.85 and trending down. Bitcoin is down 1.87, trending down. GME is down 1.4 and consolidating after a trend down. HYMC is up 1.86 and trending up. NCMI is down 4.78 and trending up. HOOD is up 6.96. It's starting to consolidate after a downtrend. It looks like maybe trying to break the downtrend currently, but I'm not going there just yet. I'd say looks like more like consolidation. Volume is not spiking yet. And AMC is down 0.07 for the day today. Basically at the same exact closing price we were yesterday, but showing up down negative 0.07, down 1 penny. We didn't close at 670. What the hell is up with Webull? We didn't close at 675. We closed at 674, and it's saying we're down a penny. Anyways, looking at inflow versus outflow for the day today, we have exactly $1 million more inflow than outflow. 11.21 million shares traded so far after 246 minutes worth of trading, putting us on a pace for 17.77 million shares traded by the end of the day today. I suggested in the pre-market somewhere between 5 and 25 million. I gave a more approximate estimate on volume for the day today and thought maybe, I think it was 13 or 14 million that I said this morning. And I think we're actually on pace for something very similar to that. Maybe like 15. 15 might be more appropriate. Let me see here. 17 million maybe? We might do 17. We might. And it kind of depends on how the aftermarket hour volume looks like. On a 4-hour chart, we currently have more buying pressure than selling pressure with a divergence on the vortex indicator looking like it's going to occur at any time. RSI is at 46.78, which is slightly below average. On a 1-hour time interval, more buying pressure than selling pressure with a divergence on the vortex indicator within the last 2 hours. RSI is at 49.28, which is average. On a 30-minute interval, more selling pressure than buying pressure with a divergence on the vortex indicator within the last 30 minutes. RSI is at 49.18, which is average. On a 5-minute interval, more selling pressure than buying pressure with an imminent divergence on the vortex indicator. RSI at 49.64, which is average. So we may be seeing price move down here just a tad bit. Moving forward, we did get a spike up at $6.82. Not nearly as high as I thought we might see a spike up to today, but we did retest that top. And then before I went to lunch break, I kind of suggested to you guys that it looked like a little bit like we had a cup and handle. Let me get rid of some of the stuff on the screen here. It looks like a little bit like a cup and handle that kind of is occurring here. If it is truly indeed a cup and handle, what I would do here is I would take the top of the cup and the bottom of the cup, 6.82 plus the 6.63. Sorry, I did that wrong. Take 682 minus 663, giving us the difference between the bottom and the top of the cup there. Divide it by 2 and add that to the top of the cup. And that's suggesting that the price may try to drive up to somewhere around $6.91 to complete a cup and handle type pattern. But the price should get down to 682, 672 on the way down before it goes back up. And so far, it went to 673. So it's very, very close. It made it within one penny of making it to where it needed to make it to in order to get that pattern completion. So it might need to go down just a tad bit more before seeing an upwards trend. And with that, I yield the rest of my time back to the back of the big tramp. Thank you, thank you.
And all the hookers down there loved him. He had these beautiful golden curls.
That's so random. I love it. I'm so glad. I'm so glad that my mom gets to be like immortal. Help me say the word. Immortalized. I can't say it. How is it? Immortalized through this live stream.
Yep. That clip will live for 1,000 years.
Immortalized. It's so hard for me to say that word. It doesn't want to just pop out. Mortal. Can you curl your tongue?
A little bit.
Yucca? Trust me, this is not a D's nuts kind of thing.
It's
Yucca,
sexual.
Yeah, this is not.
I cannot.
You can't curl your tongue. Can you do the? Can you do that?
No.
Oh, get out of here! That's crazy. How in the world, dude? Oh my gosh, man! Do you get made fun of for not being? Oh, that's not bad. You did it.
He can roll it. He can roll his R's.
You can, if you can do that, you should be able to roll your tongue. How about you, censored content? Can you roll your tongue? He didn't want to play. Rex, how about you? Can you roll your tongue?
Only if I'm asked nicely. Yeah, sometimes, man. I took 2 years of Spanish, and that's what they teach you how to do that.
Yeah.
But it's not too hard.
No. But did you know that there's
Wait a minute.
There's some people out there that are unable to roll their tongue.
Give me an example. What
They can't.
What do you mean by roll your tongue?
Well, so I mean, I am saying two different things when I ask if you can go like that or whether you can roll your tongue. But it's the same kind of muscle that I think that requires you to be able to do it. Some people don't have that muscle. That there's a specific gene that you're either born with it or you're not born with it that gives you that that power, that muscle to be able to do that with your tongue. Believe it or not.
Like flipping it upside down?
Yep. Some people can't do that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I can do that, man.
Yeah.
Oh. I had to chime in for a minute since I got about 5 minutes and tell you that I can do a 4-leaf clover with my tongue.
See, now that's even harder. Now that not everybody can do that. That's even extra talented. It's like that's like being able to say you're double jointed in the tongue.
Would you like for me to show you on live video?
No, it's okay. I believe you. Not
Take
needed.
your word for it.
Yeah, I will
Yeah,
take.
We'll take you on your honor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh-oh, tendies.
What a tendency. That's how that's how he could miss his mellow. Yep. Well, it's good to see you, inmate 124841. Good to see you.
Yeah, tell me about it. I got a little break and then I got to go. It's just, when you got one vehicle down in the shop, you got one vehicle juggling.
What was your problem? I had a vehicle problem this last week too. What's yours?
Transmission slippage in the Chevy Traxxas.
Wait, say that again. What is it? Something slippage?
Transmission
slippage. Oh.
in the Chevy Trax that my wife has.
The problem with his tranny.
Oh, excuse me. I did burp finally.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
It couldn't take the liquid I gave it.
Hey, inmate, what did you learn from your sentence?
What's that?
What are we not doing anymore, buddy?
Early release. No.
That means that he still has an ankle bracelet on right now, so no questions, please.
I just got one more. D-Mello. Did you guys switch to what was it? AT&T?
Yeah, no.
I don't get it. Wait,
we went to the V. Verizon.
She's the AT&T girl. The AT&T.
Right. Yeah, you didn't need to spell it out for me like that. You could have done.
I'm tracking, buddy.
You could have.
The rest of them.
You could have done.
Spoon feed it. What to spoon feed it to Casey?
I completely forgot what it was all about. I forgot. Yeah. All right.
I'll leave it to KC with a brain fart.
No. You could have done some code there at least. You could have just said like. What's that commercial where he's like says Jake from State Farm? What are you wearing, Jake? You could have done something like that, or
He sounds hideous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just never realized that a first Christmas for, your daughter or your son is just so tedious for everybody. Everybody wants to chime in on it,
Oh yeah. Are you having a bunch of family over for that? Is that what this is coming down to?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Enough said. Enough said. I get it. Yep.
No monkey business.
That's right. I can't pick you up at two different airports. You better pick this airport or you ain't coming.
So I'm gonna give you a chapter out of Casey's life here, and I'm gonna tell you that you may at some point find yourself additionally stressed out than you might normally be. There may be something that you want to say. Hold back. Don't do it. Keep it on the inside. I know there's going to be so badly you're going to want to say something. It will not end well for you. Please trust me on this.
Don't hold anything back.
Hold it back.
It's cardiac arrest. Come on, just let it all out.
No
Take the fun out of everything, Casey.
No, you need to know the battles. You need to know the battles that you should pick in life and the ones that you should avoid. And I'm telling you right now, bad battles can be picked during Christmas time with family. So be very, very careful.
All right. Well, you tell me, and I'm only going to do this briefly. You tell me if I'm stressed out or not when I put this on camera, okay?
Wait, I don't know if I want to. All right, let's see.
All right, I did
Yeah.
on my hair.
You're already stressed. You know how I know?
That's the monkey.
You have a shirt on.
Oh yeah, I got my shirt on.
And it says
today.
Gucci.
Yeah,
You are definitely
I got my
stressed.
Gucci white shirt
See,
on today.
That's the monkey.
I'm telling you, the stress levels are only going to go higher and higher and higher the closer you get to Christmas Day. And as long as you have all that family in town and all that kind of stuff, it's going to get harder and harder and harder. Practice deep breathing. Whenever you feel that blood pressure rising and you feel like you're about ready to say something, just go outside and take a nice breath of fresh air. Go for a walk.
That's the monkey.
Go for a walk.
I
And
said the F
I'd like
word
to say,
7 times in one day. Casey, you know me. I said the F word 7 times in one day. That's bad.
I'd like to say I wrote it, but I didn't. I plagiarized it and I copied and pasted it and put it in the nut house. But someone said their favorite game to play at holiday gatherings. There's a lot of people is find someone there that's not necessarily, you're part of your regular entourage, and just kind of corner up to them and say, hey, listen, just between me and you, I want you to know that I personally don't have a problem with you being here today, and then walk away.
Heck yeah.
Then watch the fireworks. It's like pulling that hand grenade pen and just dropping.
I'm going to get off this thing now.
oh my gosh.
That's the monkey.
Oh my gosh. That's terrible.
There it is. Guess who's back? Censored content.
Censored content is
Yeah,
here.
you know what? I know for sure that Christmas is a Christian holiday.
Is it?
Yeah, because every time it's over, I say, Jesus Christ, that was expensive.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I like that one.
I like that
Sounds
one.
rigged to me.
I have to remember that one. Oh, guess what, Casey?
What's that?
She's officially crawling.
Uh-oh. You know what the other
And I
hard thing
can't
is?
keep up.
When you're first, this is your first daughter, right? You don't have any other kids at all. Period. No other kids.
Yeah, this is my first one. Yeah.
You're one of the things that I always found, with my first, even probably the first two, you will always feel like nobody else can be a better parent than you can be, and you may not see eye to eye with how somebody else is going to do something with your child, and just remember that you and your wife both came from your parents, and if it was good enough for you and good enough for her to be who you are, then it's probably good enough for your kid too. So just remember that.
I wish you could tell my wife that when she gets home.
It's a hard thing to remember, because you want to treat your kids differently and better than you want to raise them up your way, and your way's got to be the better way, right? You got to remember that your parents raised you and you turned out all right. So
Yes, sir. I agree.
Sort of.
Yeah.
I got so angry at my mother-in-law when she started using. We had a bottle of baby powder on the baby changing table, and I got so angry when she. I mean, you walked in the room and you might as well felt like you walked into a powder room, because it was everywhere. I mean, it was it was like she could not stop shaking that thing. Like she couldn't. There was no end on that baby powder. And this is back in he was born in 2002, so this is back in the day where they were talking about the baby powder causing cancer if you breathe it in. So it was not.
Oh yeah, Johnson & Johnson, yeah.
Yeah. So it was like a big thing for me. I was like, no. I was like, don't do that. Like, no more. Like, the only reason we had the baby powder to begin with was not for using for diapers. It was for something else. I don't remember what it was, but it wasn't for the diapers, and we were using it in very small quantities, and definitely not when the kids were around to breathe it. And so I just want you to remember, like we were raised differently, and maybe one or two baby changing diapers with baby powder that you wouldn't normally use isn't going to, change the world. It's not going to end. They'll be gone. They'll be gone, and you can go back to your normal routine, and it's not the end of the world.
You got that right. If I have a normal routine, I'm pushing in my late 40s, so we'll see if I can get her out of the house before I can retire.
Yeah, that's the trick, right?
Yeah, it is. I mean, when I'm 70, she'll be, let's see, 48, 58, 68. I'll be 68 when she's 20.
Yeah. That's a nice old ripe age.
You telling me?
Tendy says, basically, don't say F you to everybody. That gives you advice.
Leonardo DiCaprio will be 68 when she's 20.
Oh.
That's funny.
And
That's very funny.
And he'll be looking for girls that age.
Oh, wow.
I can't help
See,
myself.
Mello,
I'm sorry.
what you mean is you hope to be 68. There's no guarantee that any of us hit any age.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got that right. And the way it's going, shoot, I might not make 2 weeks.
Yeah, you'll make it. You'll be fine. Trevor's here. Good afternoon, Trevor. Good to see you. Haven't seen Trevor in a hot minute.
I gotta go. I love all y'all, and I appreciate each and every one of y'all. And if I'm incognito for a little bit, just give me a little bit of time to get in the Discord and tell you what's going on.
Well, inmate 124841, you have a happy holidays, and hopefully you can get that ankle bracelet off here sooner than later.
Yes, sir.
We'll see you back.
Just remember, Doug, it only takes a second to clear your browser history, buddy.
That's right. I don't want her to see any of that Pornhub. No, I'm just playing. Y'all have a good one.
Help you out, man.
Later.
Got to do it nightly in case you die in your sleep. Are you ready for round 2 of easy music trivia?
Let's do it. Well, we got 5 minutes more before numbers. You want to do it after numbers?
Oh, it'll only take 5 minutes.
Okay, then let's do it.
And you should be able to get all these very quick, so try and hit the stop button quick.
All right. So everybody who's in the chat, type in name of the song or artist or whatever you can as quickly as you can.
Identifying feature.
Oh, yeah. Jump.
Correct.
You want to know something sad? I don't know. I can't name the artist.
Oh, man.
Van Halen. I knew who it was, but I can't see. I can't put the names in together because I know Van Halen.
It's off the 5150 album. 5150 album.
Yeah, I know who Van Halen is, but I can't associate names with songs. It's really kind of crazy. All right.
All right. You got the jump.
Yep.
You got the jump.
Okay, this one's going to be quick. These are all going to be quick.
Oh, I might need that again.
Oh, I know that. No. Don't play it again. Give me just a second.
I don't even think I was ready for it. It just sounded like
Owner of a Lonely Heart.
Can I hear it again before you? Just the portion you played, because I want to hear. It sounded like trash cans being there. Wait, one more time. I was talking.
I nailed it.
Yeah, I just don't recognize it. All right, play it. Yeah. I probably would have gotten it on the first notes and not just that like trash cans rumbling through a room sound. Yeah. That first part where it comes in. Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
You'll get this one on the first note.
Maybe. Led Zeppelin, but I don't know what. It's Led Zeppelin, right?
Written pages.
Dream on. Yeah, Dream on. That's what it is.
Dream on.
Yep, Dream on.
Aerosmith, Dream on. I'm 3 for 3.
Yeah, that's not Led Zeppelin.
No, you're right. You're right. I came up with the Dream on after I said that.
Half my life's in books, written pages.
Okay, this one should be real. These are all easy.
Okay.
Had a rotator chip, the other 2 easy.
Every breath you take.
Every breath you take. Dang.
Okay, and this one, well, I'm pretty sure you're going to go to numbers right away anyway, so here we go.
No, I'm not doing that song. Bullshit. No, don't even play it. I don't want to hear the rest of it. That's Mariah Carey from this. No, stop. No. No. Pause it. I'm going to mute you. No.
Didn't get that one. For some reason or another, the chimes didn't ring a bell.
Stop. Okay, numbers. Holy crap. That was just way too much.
Sense of humor.
That was terrible.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, my ears are still bleeding. I can't even think straight. I feel like I'm having like flash panic attacks.
But you knew the song, so you get a point.
It was
I
terrible.
can't believe I've never noticed those chimes before. I don't know if
God,
I've
it's
not
like
paid enough
it's
attention
the
to
most.
the intro.
It's like the intro gets me like instantly. I don't even know what the word is. Just cringe. As soon as I hear it.
Trigger.
Yeah,
triggered. That's it.
I was completely flummoxed.
I trigger as soon as I hear those little ding dongs, and it's like, no. I feel like
I'll help.
Danny's.
We'll help.
I feel like it's
Clear
Danny's
your-
kid.
clear your-
Yeah,
your
clear
brain
my palate,
with one of the
please.
other clips.
Please clear my palate,
Here. This will clear out. This will clear it out.
please. Jump. Oh, thank you.
David Lee Roth.
That literally feels about as good as like when you held pee for like an hour, and you suddenly like were able to
Finally get to
release.
go.
Yeah. The anxiety is so gone. I feel so much better. Thank you,
Never let you down.
dude.
Everything's better now.
Yeah, I really feel like I just like had a mini orgasm.
Check your blood pressure.
Reach
Check your
down
blood pressure.
between my legs. Ease the seat back.
All right, let's take a look at these
Sheep
numbers, damn it.
driving.
By this time of the day, I would expect to see about 64% going through off exchange and EDGX combined. We have 54.51% going through off exchange. EDGX at 10.46% for a combined total 64.97% or 0.97% more than what I would expect it to be by this time of the day. CHX volume is at 2,000 shares. Not a whole lot. GME CHX volume is 3,946. Also not a whole lot. Taking a look at Ortex. Did I update? I can't recall if I updated this or not. I think I already updated it. Oh, well. Taking a look at Ortex as of an hour ago, there was approximately 16,000 shares having been returned or borrowed for the day. It doesn't look like that number's changed. I think I already updated it. Yeah, I did. That has not changed at all in the last hour. 8.86% short share interest. The free float cost per ends at 1.04, average is 1.44, and max is 8.93. Shares on loan for the day today is at 10.66 million shares. That's approximately 570,000 shares more on loan today than there was yesterday, and Ortex is estimated that 148,000 of that was in new short interest. Taking a look at options, highest amount of call volume an hour ago was at 14.9 thousand contract, or so was that a $7 strike with 14.9 thousand contracts in volume. It's now 15.2. Highest amount of put volume An hour ago was at a $6.50 strike with 4.4 thousand contracts. That has not changed. It's staying exactly the same. Not exactly. I mean, I just 4.4. It was the same. It's been within the same 100 amount. MMRI an hour ago was at 249.3. It's now 248.59. Man, thanks so much for putting that jump song back in there. It's so much better. The spread between the 2-year and 10-year yield was 0.518 this morning when I measured it. 0.518% difference. Orders by Fidelity customers. AMC and GME are the only two I'm looking for. Not on the list. Trigger price for SSR is at $6.07. Shares available to borrow is at 1.9 million shares. That's the same as where it was an hour ago. In total for the day, we've seen about 4.8 million shares having been borrowed for the day. Fees are at 0.6% currently, which is down from 0.7 from earlier. NASDAQ is up 0.47, Dow Jones is up 0.55, and the S&P 500 is up 0.44. We have 4,463 advancers to 1,564 decliners. The market is fractionally more advancing now this hour than it was an hour ago. Of the Mag 7, 4 are in the green, and one of them only marginally up 0.13. Banks, big movers for the day today. Anything plus or minus 2.5% or more is going to get a shout out. Coinbase is up 2.85. FRC is up 7.14. UBS is up 5.79. CIBC is up 2.54. And Western Alliance is up 3.77. And that's all of them. Silver is up 1.19 and starting to break the downtrend it was in earlier and consolidation and moving into an uptrend. Gold is up 0.58 and still, I mean, it's trying to break a downtrend here, and it looks like it's trying to move back up, but it's not moving quickly. Ethereum Classic is up, or down rather, 1.61 and does almost appear to be breaking a downtrend, but not quite. The US dollar is down 0.39 and is trending up. Oil is up 0.15 and consolidating after a trend up. Mortgage-backed securities are up anywhere from 0.25 to 0.28 and trending up. SPY is up 0.48 and trending up. VIX is down 1.43 and trending down. VBR is up 1.33, trending up. VB is up 1.36, trending up. Tesla is up 1.52 and trending up. Amazon is up down 0.38 and trending down. Cinemark is down 0.7 and consolidating after a trend up, a small trend up. Doge is down 2.51 and trending down still. Bitcoin is down 1.7 and is... I think it broke this trend. Let me just look and see. Maybe not. It's still trending down. GME is down.
Cusp.
Yeah, it wants to try to break out to the top side, but it's just not quite there yet. It's actually deflecting off of it and starting to head back down more. So still trending down on Bitcoin. GME is down 1.01 and consolidating. HYMC is up 1.54 and trending up. NCMI is down 5.13 and trending up. Hood is up 8.01 and breaking a downtrend that it had earlier and moving into an uptrend. AMC is up 0.15 and consolidating after an uptrend. Inflow versus outflow for the day-to-day, there's approximately 650,000 more inflow than outflow. 11.76 million shares traded so far for the day-to-day after 278 minutes worth of trading, putting us on a pace for 16.49 million shares traded by the end of the day today. And I suggested somewhere between 5 and 25 million. So we're on pace. On a 4-hour chart, we have more buying pressure than selling pressure with a divergence on the vortex indicator currently occurring. RSI at 48.1, which is average. On a 1-hour time interval, more buying pressure than selling pressure with an RSI at 51.72, which is average. On a 30-minute interval, slightly more selling pressure than buying pressure with an RSI of 51.75, which is average. And on a 5-minute interval, more selling pressure than buying pressure with an RSI of 53.45, which is slightly above average. And with that, I yield the rest of my time back to the back of the big tramp. Thank you. Thank you.
So did you have a problem with Sammy Hagar taking over when David Lee Roth went on his own, or are you a Van Halen purist, or were you okay with the Sammy Hagar as the front man?
So you're talking to me, right? Or just in general?
No, you always talking to you, man.
I'm not a purist for anything art. If it sounds good, let it happen.
Right on.
I don't care who's singing. If it rocks,
Yeah,
it rocks.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yep. Yeah. I don't think any one guy is irreplaceable.
Yeah. Let it happen. It's music, man. It's art.
Sammy Hagar's a fine vocalist for that band.
Yeah. I enjoyed it. I thought he was different, and I thought that he made them relevant again. I think they were kind of fizzling out a little bit, so I'd like to think he breathed a little fresh life into them. But I liked Sammy Hagar beforehand, so I was a little biased.
But when you try to replace if you ask me a question, like, and I'm trying to think of a good example, and I really can't think of one. I'm sure there's plenty of them out there, and I just can't think of them off the top of my head. But if you gave me an example where the incoming person got with the group and then the group just sucked afterwards, and I say screw them, because the person wasn't the right fit. The band still made good music.
Sucked.
It just sucked afterwards,
just sucked,
Yeah. So if it works, it works. Let it happen. I think if you go back, actually, this is probably one I can think of. There was a period of time where Weezer had, I think, two singers. There was a backup singer, and I can't think of what his name is off the top of my head. But they got rid of him, and the band still rocked afterwards, but it was missing something. It just wasn't the same Weezer, and you could tell. It was like it was different, and yeah, kind of miss it. Doug said he was going to sing for us. He says he sounds like Van Halen. Yeah, Twisty Swifty says Sublime after Bradley. Yeah, not the same, right? Totally. We went and saw that new guy that's... I guess they have like one band member left over from Sublime, and so they still call the band Sublime, but it's really like just the drummer or something like... I can't remember who it is. There's some guy in the band, and he might not even be a drummer. I don't know what he is, but... And so now they travel around as Sublime or something like that, but not really Sublime. And they've got this new guy, and he kind of sort of sounds like the old dude. which I think you named already, Bradley. I don't remember what his name was, but it's just not the same. We went and listened to some of their music, and it's just kind of meh.
Yeah, on further reflection, I guess you'd have to say it's case by case basis, because Funky Pizza did say Led Zeppelin, and I have to agree. Without Robert Plant, there is no Led Zeppelin. So I guess it's like anything, there's exceptions to any rules. But yeah, Mrs. Pyre said in Journey as well. Steve Perry left Journey, and they brought in a dollar store version. And
How about In Excess?
so, case by case basis.
In
Case by case basis, I guess.
In Excess brought in, I think, other lead singers later on. Some I think they've had some success with, but not so much others.
You one of my kind.
I will say that that Filipino guy that sings for Journey does a fairly good job.
Yeah, he's okay. I mean, it's not like he's tone deaf or anything like that, but it's just, like I said, it's a dollar store version. Almost rather have something like we were talking about Van Halen. Sammy Hagar didn't come in and try to channel his inner Steve Perry or his inner David Lee Roth. Sammy Hagar came in and did Sammy Hagar. And I think that's the problem I have with the Journey guy, is that he came in and he's trying to do a karaoke of Steve Perry.
Do you know have you ever heard a lot of you guys I know have heard of the band Tool?
Mm-hmm.
I want to say they
Censored Content's a big thing.
I think they replaced the drummer. Censored Content, you're a big fan. Did they replace the drummer at some point?
I'm not a big fan. I know that their music is based on mathematics, but
Did they replace that drummer? Because I'm pretty sure they replaced the bassist sounds still like the same bass to me, so I think they replaced the drummer. I don't know what, but what I do know is this: is that in any band that I've ever been in before, some of the most crucial parties that need to flow together are the bassist and the drummer. And if you have to replace either of those two with anybody else, it'll never be the same thing again. I don't care who it is; it doesn't matter. It will just never be the same. And there's a chemistry or there's not. That's one thing you never fuck with is the drummer and the bassist.
Logical.
Yeah.
Logical. Since they're both so responsible for the backbeat. That's the timing. I can see that.
well, in Tool, the drummer would be key. Oh my God,
Yeah.
you got to be able to
Yeah.
like you almost got to be as good as you almost have to be as good as Rush.
It's yeah. I don't know about that, but I just it is definitely a crucial part especially for their music with the timing and everything.
Jesus.
Sounded like Rex had something to say there. What'd you say, Rex?
I said decent. You gotta love Rush.
Oh, okay. And sometimes, here we are sitting talking about, the drummer being so crucial. I can actually give you instances where the drummer can actually be very basic.
Their bass guitarist was changed in '95. That's it. The rest of it's all the same.
You guys are gonna probably yell at me and say I'm wrong, and but I can give you a basic example of a drummer who doesn't have to be very technical. That makes and can still make a world of difference, and you cannot be replaced. Look at the Beatles. You can't replace them. The drum beats, while simple, were so. It was unique.
Yeah, I've seen some drum challenges on YouTube where someone was throwing some shade on the Beatles basically saying that Ringo Starr wasn't a talented drummer.
He wasn't.
Some other drummer called him out.
He's not.
Called him out and said, try to do what he did for the length of time that he did it and keep it perfect. And I think in his ability
Yes.
to do it accurately, even though it wasn't a lot of flourishes and flamboyant, he was able to go on for 7 fucking minutes.
Yes.
And keep it perfect.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Now a lot of guys.
Yeah, I saw a video on that. And there was one specific song. I can't remember what it was. The guy
Yeah,
should
you seen it too, didn't you? Yep. Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw it. Yeah, I saw the same thing.
But you got guys out there nowadays who are doing like double bass pedals and all this like crazy stuff that the Beatles just didn't have anything to do with. And so technically, could you put Ringo on a drum set now and have him play something from Tool? Of course not. Of course he'll never be able to do that. That's not his style. His style is what made him who he was, and the music that he put out was of its own kind. You can't make those kind of comparisons. They're just not. They're not fair comparisons to make. You have to appreciate the output of what it is that's there. And if it was good, it was good. You can't take away from that. So I totally agree. Very, very basic, but nobody else could do it. Or else they would have been other Ringos.
I just can't get this image out of my head of you going to the doctor to get your blood pressure taken and Mariah Carey being on in the waiting room and then your doctor takes your blood pressure.
Wait, let's do it right now. We're going to do a test. I'm going to take my blood pressure right now without the music, okay? We'll get an average heart rate. I won't do anything but sit here, and I want you to play her song afterwards, and we'll take my blood pressure while that song's playing.
No. If we're gonna do this, we got to do it right. You got to do a Bob Marley song, because I think your aversion to Bob Marley reggae from your school tortures, your school ride tortures, is far superior.
Let's save that for later.
Discuss with.
Let's save that for later.
And the jump won't work either, because right after jump, you went into doing the numbers, and you were doing the numbers like faster than I ever heard you do the numbers before. It was like it totally hyped you up.
You don't understand. I felt so much better. The relief, the pressure of the relief of not having that song stuck in my head was great. Let me measure my blood pressure real quick.
Cleanser.
I'm literally not gonna do anything other than just sit here and not talk, and I'll do the same for the song.
Give me some time to find a good calming song for you. Get one to calm you down afterwards.
This will take like 3 minutes.
Something. I get knocked down, but I get up again.
That's kind of annoying.
That's why I said it. I was being facetious.
Whoa.
I accidentally skipped my my blood pressure medication one day, like 2 days ago. So it's probably going to be a little bit elevated right now, but that's just because I missed that one pill. It's true, man. Guys can't be trusted to take birth control.
Woke up this morning.
I feel like my blood pressure is rising just thinking about having the fact that I'm going to have to listen to it. I don't know if that's possible or not, but all right, it's on its third measurement here in just a second. So just one more minute here of silence for me. You guys can talk.
The Veterans Administration gave me a blood pressure cup, and it has the little box on it has a memory, and it will keep it keeps like the last, I don't know, 500 readings or something. That's kind of cool. You can go back and look at the history.
All right, I'm 119 over 80.
That's pretty damn good.
That's perfect, actually.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, let's do
That's
it.
fucking-
Hit me up. Here we go. I'm ready. I'll wait for like 10
Are you
seconds.
starting it?
I'll wait 10 seconds after you start it.
No.
Get into it, and that way I can get the blood pressure kind of rising.
Yeah, at least the second verse. Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Oh my God, it's already starting. All right, I'll be quiet.
Grinding his teeth already.
I don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need. I don't care about the presents underneath the Christmas tree. I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know. Make my wish come true. All I want for Christmas.
Don't do it to me.
There you go.
Still there?
Keep going.
There you go.
Keep going.
Did your head explode?
Yeah, keep going, man. It's still measuring. Dude, you got to get into the full-fledged part of it, or else I'm not gonna freak
I
out.
think he's only got the clip. He only gets the clip.
I won't freak out over just the
Oh,
first
I
part.
can find more.
It's still measuring. Hurry.
No. Did it.
Oh my God! Starting from the beginning.
I don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need. I don't care about the presents underneath the Christmas tree.
Oh my gosh.
Like to have the checks that she cashes off of that, the royalties from that song.
This isn't going to be this isn't, you're giving me a chance to like subside in between each reading. It's on the last reading right now. Oh my
It
God.
chimes over.
I'm sorry.
The big
Casey
question.
knew the
The big
song.
question is, did
Casey knew the song right away. That's what really gets me. I went, and he went, "Ah, my head's gonna explode."
all I want to know is, did Eminem really hit that or not?
All right. 120 over 81. My blood pressure did go up, but it wasn't really fair because you kept giving me a chance to settle down in between breaks there as the measurements were happening. So, my gosh, it was definitely too higher on the. Is that diastolic? Systolic is on the top,
that's
right?
nothing.
Yeah, one up on each actually.
Yeah, that's nothing anyway.
Yeah.
Don't even worry about your blood pressure. Your doctor's scamming you.
Well, that's what it would be. That's what it is with the blood pressure medication. Imagine if I didn't have it.
It really doesn't matter. I can adjust my blood pressure just with my brain.
Apparently, I can't.
So, if you were subjected to the reggae music, specifically Bob Marley, every day, you have to have committed. You have to have committed the music to memory. It has to be embedded there. So you should be able to play at least a few of the riffs, man.
Nope.
No.
Just because somebody hears something over and over and over and over time,
Like a traumatic block.
there's a difference between hearing something 100 times and singing along with something 100 times. Do you know what I'm saying?
This is true.
Is it
That's
stuck?
very,
Is
very
it
true.
stuck in your head though?
No. Oh God, that is stuck in my head.
I got a solution.
No. There we go. That works.
Yeah.
I just went pee again.
Gross.
So, confession. I didn't like the Beastie Boys for a really long time. I mean, like, they were pretty much right up there on that list with reggae music. I just couldn't stand hearing it.
Ted Nugent's Stranglehold is better than that. Ted Nugent's Stranglehold, man, that's up there.
And I don't know why the Beastie Boys specifically, but it's just they pissed me off every time I listened to their music. I think it was by design. So it worked, right? Like I get it. I understand the music's angry music. Like they're always angry about something but it just made me, the anxiety I would feel from listening to their music was just too much for me. I just didn't like it. Which is really weird because you can listen to like Rage Against the Machine, for example, and feel that same kind of inner rage going. It's the same thing, but I don't feel the same. I feel differently. I don't know why. There's something different about the rage. It's like the difference between Caillou raging and Tasmanian devil raging. If I had to put it into some kind of like concept that somebody could understand. You're going to have a rage. What are you going to do? I'm going to be Caillou and rage. or you know, it's like, yeah, I want to be Tasmanian devil. That's when I'm raging, that's what I want to be. So, I don't know. It's just, I guess that's how it made me feel.
Hey, Casey.
Mm-hmm.
What are you thinking right now?
Nothing. Why?
Yeah, just curious.
Tendy says the reggae BS of yours is the worst flaw, even worse than the Peloton in an inversion table.
That's what I was going to ask you about, because we got that Bob Marley movie coming out soon, and I wanted to know if you were going to even bother watching it.
No, not a chance. Don't even care.
Oh man!
No.
Ouch.
I wonder why you can't listen to other reggae music. If it was spoiled by Bob Marley, I could see you being averse to his body of work. But that's like saying because somebody played rock and roll, Van Halen every single day on the way to school, you couldn't listen to a rock and roll any longer.
No, it's like saying, what if? Give me your favorite rock and roll album. What's your favorite album?
Dark Side of the Moon.
Okay, it's like playing Dark Side of the Moon every single day for an entire year. And that's like the only thing you get to hear for an entire year every single morning.
Favorite rock and roll album.
I actually think I'm sitting here thinking to myself like whether or not I could even make it through a full years of having to full year worth of listening to The Dark Side of the Moon over and over and over, and I probably would feel the same exact way. I feel anxiety
I
just
can see
thinking
how
about
it would become torturous.
Yeah.
I can see how it could become torturous.
It's not torturous at first. Maybe like the first 2, 3, 4 weeks, you know, but then you're talking months going by and it's still going the same stuff over and over. And it's like, it literally, do you remember, what was that Bill Murray movie? Groundhog Day?
Yeah.
Do you remember when his alarm clock went off? Every single one of us could hear the beginning of that alarm clock going off and would just have massive anxiety hearing that. Like, it's just like.
Now that you mentioned it, I had a 50 CD changer, 50 CDs on our boat. And I would go down. The first thing I would do is crank the music up, whether I was working on the boat or getting ready for a trip, whatever. And without exception, even if I had it on shuffle, for some reason, it would always play a Sheryl Crow CD. And when it comes on, I feel the same way. I kind of grit my teeth because it was just like.
Every time.
Every single time. Sheryl Crow, Girls Just Want to Have, or I Just Want to Have Fun, or whatever the fuck the song was. But
yeah.
And Yeah, so now that I think about it, I can see how that can happen.
Which is why I feel the same way about that Mariah Carey Christmas song, because every single time.
You know what?
Exactly.
You can take CDs out. You can take CDs out of a CD player. So they're not there anymore?
No, it was one of those big ones. It held like 50 CDs, and it was meant to be like a jukebox, but you could remotely operate it from the helm. But for whatever reason, when you first powered it up and just hit shuffle so that it would play randomly, for whatever reason, there was some glitch, and it always hit her song first. I don't know why. Drove me out of my mind.
You can take the CD out.
No, I know. He understands, but it was still.
Other people liked it. Mrs. Pirate liked it, and when we go boating, she wants to hear, the CD, and I can't, so it wasn't an option.
Did you try moving where the CD was in the player?
No, I had other fish to fry, but and it was one of those things too. It wasn't like pulling my teeth, but it was just, I can always remember saying, Jesus, I wish it play something else for the first song. And then you moved on about your day. But after Casey told a story about going to school, now I think back on it, I'm thinking, yeah, I feel the same way about Sheryl Crow.
Yeah, don't do that to your kids. You destroy them. Give your kids music freedom and let them explore. Don't make them listen to the same thing over and over. All right, I gotta go to break, guys. At Pirate, play real for Casey.
I don't even think I had the. Another thing was we never had enough CDs. I didn't spend enough money, or for whatever reason, I didn't want to leave them dedicated to be on the boat. So I think I only probably had 6 or 12 CDs in there or something like that. But yeah, gets rolled real fast hearing the same shit every single time. I think that's what people go through in stores too, like jewelry stores, like Crow Jewelers. I wonder if they play shit on a loop.
She's saying to play real. I guess it's Ivory Scott, maybe? Let's see.
You know it's hard to find somebody real in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Let's just rap. I don't have a problem with rap music.
Talking about Sheryl Crow.
Oh, real from Sheryl Crow? Oh. I like Sheryl Crow. I don't have a problem with that either. By John Michael Montgomery.
Which song was it that you didn't like from Sheryl Crow?
He wasn't.
Yeah, nice try.
He already said it. Censored content. You can go back and listen. He already said what it was.
What's it called?
I don't remember off the top of my head.
Beer buzz. I like a good beer buzz early in the morning.
All I want to do is have some fun.
The people watch the people washing their cars, their shiny Datsuns and Buicks, scrubbing in the best they can in their high heels. Yeah. A man and woman comes into the bar dangerously close to one another. Yeah. Yep.
No, I don't have that. I only have one Sheryl Crow song.
Good. I'm glad.
Yeah.
The window to the wall till the sweat drops down my ball.
Oh my god. This is the song that she wants me to play, but I have no idea why. It doesn't. It's just a country song. I don't know why she's bringing it up. Doesn't make any sense. We were talking about reggae and something else. I don't know. I'm not sure why she brought up country music.
Bob Marley's overrated.
All right, I got to go to break. Let me see here. I
just got here. What do you mean?
Yeah, sorry, man.
Damn it, man. It's like
D's.
What do you got against me?
These breaks happen. These breaks happen whether you like it or not.
What is it? Union?
Yeah.
Are you union based?
Yeah. Yep, absolutely. All right, let me head out of here, guys. I'll see you guys back here at 2:10.
Let me put my alarm clock.
Mm-hmm. I got the message up on the screen, so I'll see you guys in a little bit.
Hey, it's Benji from All Good Folks. If you love our music and you want to support Upbeat's amazing community of artists, upgrade to Premium today and help us keep creating great new tracks for you.
Hey, this is Sencho, and this one goes out to all the hip hop fans out there. If you like what you're hearing right now, it's called Double Take, and you can download this and a lot more by upgrading to Upbeat Premium. Peace.
I'm back. Let's take a look at the numbers and see what we got going on here. Let me switch over to the other page. Remember, I'm not going to be able to see what it is you guys are writing, so hold those personal thoughts, comments, questions, or concerns until you see the sleigh back up on the screen again. Let's give that a refresh. Let's pull up this other screen. Alrighty. Starting with off exchange. By this time of the day, I would expect to see about 66% going through off exchange and EDGX combined. We have 54.19% going through off exchange. EDGX is at 10.44. The combined total on that is 64.63%, or about 1.37% less than what I would expect it to be by this time of the day. CHX volume for the day is at 0.02. I'm sorry, 2,000 shares. And GME's CHX volume for the day today is sitting at 4,246. Nothing unusually large on either of those. Ortex had about 16,000 shares for the last 2 hours, having been showing borrowed for the day today. It's now 2.25 million shares borrowed. Sudden jump up there in the amount of shares borrowed. Looks like they're going to actually borrow some of these shares for once, perhaps, maybe. We won't see as many shares on available to be borrowed now. That's going to cause the estimated short share interest of the free float to drive up to 8.86. The cost to borrow mins at 0.86, average is 1.04, max is 8.93. The combined total amount of shares on loan for the day today is at 10.66 million shares. That's 570,000 shares more on loan today than there was yesterday, and Ortex is estimated that about 148,000 of that is in new short interest. Taking a look at options. Highest amount of call volume an hour ago was at a $7 strike with 15.2 thousand contracts for the day. That is now $16.3 thousand contracts. Highest amount of put volume for the day today is finishing out the day at around $6.50 strike. We had 4.4 thousand contracts an hour ago. It's now 4.7. Market is still suggesting a closing price between $6.50 and $7 by the end of the day. And taking a look at MMRI, an hour ago it was at 248.59, back up to 249.32. The spread between the 2-year and 10-year yield was 0.518 when I checked it earlier this morning. That was a little bit of a decrease day over day. Orders by Fidelity customers, AMC and GME are the only two I'm looking for on this list, and neither of which are on there. SSR trigger price for the day today is at $6.07. Shares available to borrow is at 4.3 million shares available to borrow. That is up from the 1.9 million that were available earlier this morning. So they have finally returned the rest of the shares. Fees are at 0.7%, up from 0.6. NASDAQ is up 0.5, Dow Jones is up 0.51, and the SP 500 is up 0.43. We have 4,461 advancers to 1,595 decliners. The market's more advancing than declining currently. And slightly less advancing than it was an hour ago by 2 securities. Mag 7, we have 4 out of the 7 in the green, 1 borderline. Big bank movers for the day today, plus or minus 2.5% or greater, is going to get a shout out. We got Coinbase up 4.17, FRC is up 7.5, UBS Group is up 5.05, Citigroup up 3.02, Western Alliance up 3.24. And that's the end of it. Silver is up 1.06 and starting to trend down a little. Gold is up 0.59 and consolidating. after a trend up. Ethereum Classic is down 1.44 and still trending down. The US dollar is down 0.37 and kind of starting to trend up after it's fine. It looks like it's kind of breaking the downtrend it was in before and starting to very slowly trend up and retesting 102.19. Oil is up 0.46 and trending up. Mortgage-backed securities are up anywhere from 0.26 to 0.30 and trending up. SPY is up 0.47 and starting to consolidate after a trend up. VIX is down 1.35 and trending down. VBR is up 1.37 and consolidating after an uptrend. VB is up 1.46 and continuing to trend upwards. Tesla is up 1.79, trending up. Amazon is down 0.39 and consolidating after a slight uptrend. Cinemark is up 0.7 and trending upwards. Doge is down 2.05 and starting to see, is it breaking the trend? It's another hard one for me to decipher. I mean, it looks like it's trying to break the downtrend that it was in, but not quite getting there just yet. It's really close. Bitcoin's the same exact thing on this one. It's breaking it. Actually, Bitcoin is breaking the downtrend. GME is down 1.01 and starting to break down, breaking an uptrend that it was in and starting to break down into a downtrend. HYMC is up 0.93 and consolidating after an uptrend. NCMI is down 3.5 and trending up. Hood is up 8.9% for the day and trending up, and AMC is up 0.07 and consolidating after a little bit of a downtrend. Actually, we're consolidating. We've been consolidating here for probably quite a few hours. Inflow versus outflow for the day-to-day on AMC. There's about $60,000 more outflow than inflow. 13.34 million shares traded so far. After 348 minutes worth of trading, it puts us on a pace for about 14.95 million shares traded by the end of the day today. I suggested somewhere between 5 to 25 million. On a 4-hour chart, we have more buying pressure than selling pressure with a divergence on the vortex indicator currently occurring. RSI at 48, which is average. On a 1-hour chart, we have more selling pressure than buying pressure with an RSI at 51.81, which is average. On a 30-minute interval, more selling pressure than buying pressure with an RSI at 50.36, which is average. And on a 5-minute interval, equal amounts of buying and selling pressure with an RSI at 47.26, which is slightly below average. I think that's it. That's all I got. That's all I got for you guys. And I feel like there was something I was going to tell you guys, and I can't remember what it was. I don't know. Take you guys over to the other page here. And let me head back to the back of the big tramp. Yucko, Pirate.
Welcome back.
Good to be back. Thank you. Thank you.
How was your sandwich?
It was tasty. It was good. It was actually a little plain. I should have. I don't know. It was very plain.
You didn't salt the meat, huh?
I almost said I should have salted the meat, but I knew you would say that, so I didn't need to. But I almost said pepper.
Right.
I almost said pepper too, though.
Oh.
I'm surprised you didn't have pickles on there. Pickles, good way to add a little
Pickles,
crunch.
yep.
I don't do pickles.
Crunch and
No pickles for me.
you're not a pickle guy. Huh?
No, no pickles.
You don't do pickles, you don't do mushrooms. What do you eat, man?
Yeah, that's a good question. Everything but pickles and mushrooms.
Yeah.
Yep. No pickles, no mushrooms.
Do you like what is this thing called? Damn it, I forgot. Tapioca?
Yeah, tapioca is good.
All right.
I love olives. I like olives. Those are good. I think we
On
had
your
some.
martini?
I think. Well, I don't eat the martini olives usually. It depends on how I'm feeling.
What about onions? You like the little pearl onions, little cocktail onions?
I mean, I do like onions. I'm not inclined to eat onions, just to eat onions. But yeah.
I think I told you once before, there's a good hack if you like Bloody Marys. Garnish them. Tabasco, the hot sauce company, they sell a Tabasco branded pickled green bean. It's a long green bean and it's pickled and it's really hot. You use that as a garnish in your Bloody Mary. Another good trick too is instead of using ice, use frozen cherry tomatoes. So when you get done with the Bloody Mary, you got a little snack. There was a while there I went on a pretty hard Bloody Mary run for quite some time.
Yeah, I'm not too big on tomato juice, so
really,
yeah, not to just drink. I mean, I like eating like a grilled cheese sandwich and tomato soup, but I don't know about drinking like just straight up like just drinking tomato juice. Just doesn't sound like. Did you ever have those V8s before?
Yep. Yeah, I drank a lot. I like them. Yeah.
I don't like. It's too. Yeah. It tastes like metal to me.
It does. You're right. It does have that metal feel, like that taste.
Yeah, well, you know what it is,
Probably,
right?
what is it? The calcium?
No, it's
What is it? What is it?
It's
What is it?
Gosh, I know what it is too, and I can't remember.
What is it? Damn it.
It's iron.
It's a chemical?
It's iron.
Iron, that's what it is.
Yeah, it's iron.
Iron.
I can taste the iron in V8 juice, and I don't like that. I don't like it. I'm not going to stop drink. It's not something that I would stop drinking just because of the fact that if somebody said like, hey, here's a V8, will you have it? And if I don't have anything else to drink, I'd be like, okay, fine, if I have to. It's not like mushrooms or pickles. If they offered up pickles and said like, this is all I have in my fridge, I'll be like, you know what? I can wait. I'll wait.
Did you know? I don't know the truth behind this. That Nike was the one that pushed running. Nike has been behind running, pushing everybody to run in their shoes. That is supposed to be healthy for you. And there's been research that you're actually harming yourself because you're pushing your muscles in your knees too much.
So I've heard before that the design of the arch that they have in Nike, so the arch on Nike shoes is a little bit too supportive, and it's bad for you because it makes the arches in your feet weak. So it's actually better if you remember they had a Nike came out with a running shoe called Nike Free. You ever heard of it?
I've heard of it.
Yeah, that one has no arch support, zero. There is no arch support in that shoe, and it was made specifically for runners because runners were like you said, that it was causing damage because they were using Nike shoes that were causing arch support that was bad for their feet. So by wearing Nike Free shoes that didn't have the arch support, it strengthened their arches so that they could sustain more running. But if you ever go to Africa, which I've been there, if you ever is a common theme on transportation, which is to run or jog to get from one location to another. Interesting to see how everybody runs because it doesn't like if you were to go out and if you were to have hay or wheat fields that were covering up to maybe like the shoulders and all you could see was the shoulders or above on the children in our schools that run, you would see a bunch of bobbing heads up and down, up and down, up and down, right? When you go to Africa and you watch the people that are running in Africa, all you see is this head just gliding very smoothly across the, across the top of the wheat or whatever it is, the tall grass that's growing there. It's very interesting. It's
so you gotta be
smooth.
So you gotta be running in the right place. You can't just everybody goes running on concrete.
And they're not, yeah,
paving, you know,
yeah, yeah, and they're not running in Nike shoes,
right? Like,
so
yes, but what I'm saying is, you know, you're straining your back, your knees, and then you have a chance of tearing a muscle, straining it. If you're, you know, people just want to go out and run, and then they want to lose weight, or they think you can just walk.
yeah, well, they don't do that in Africa. They jog, and it's funny because their jog is more like our run. But if you had to, if your means of transportation was to get from one place to another, you're not going to walk everywhere. You're more than likely going to jog. It's too slow to walk places. Can you imagine? I'm going to go run to the store, hon. I'll be right back.
And you run.
3 hours.
The cops are chasing you. Why are you running?
3 hours later, you're like walking back. You're getting back home. You got your groceries. You're like, whoo, that was a workout. Yeah. I can't even imagine. Yeah. It's different too, Yucca, when people are obese. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're not supposed to get. Well, sometimes they're not aware that they have a thyroid problem, or it runs in the family. If you eat a little bit more than what you're supposed to, that's a problem too, you know. Or they don't see their surroundings. If you notice your family is a little bit overweight, chances is that you might end up like that. And then you want to try to go running, and then you fall, you break your head.
Break your head.
Mm-hmm. We had it painted on the aircraft under in the Air Force that I had, KC. It said, "You can run, but you'll just die tired."
Yeah, it's the same thing. You can die happy or die. No, what is it, Pirate? You can die, man, healthy or unhealthy. You're still gonna die.
Well,
either you have a good time dying.
Our little saying was more in reference to the enemy. Like, why waste your time running? We're still going to get you anyhow. But yeah.
I think there was this comedian. He was about that. You open his casket. He had a good time. You can tell. And then you open the other guy's. Oh, he died healthy. He looked so healthy. He died too young. We're still gonna die no matter what.
4 million gorillas. The only reason this conversation is hurting you is because you're 1 year older. You can feel the pain more. Guaranteed. That's the reason why. Well, today was a big ball of nothing burger, huh?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. These guys, man. Where did they take? They pulled all the money out of AMC and then they put it where? Where are they putting it? Like,
I don't. So,
when are they gonna inject it back?
It's a good question. Like in regards to like, who's collecting the money? Where did the money go? Why isn't, yeah, it's I would say a lot of it's probably in crypto.
And it's obvious. We know how it works. Like, money is not just, people invest, and then other people invest. Eventually, the pot gets bigger, and then the stock goes up, and then you pull out. Money doesn't just appear. It gets transferred over, right? Like, whoever gets out with money, and then it continues, but it looks like it's just being sucked out and not put back.
Yeah. Well, the market would imply, and I would suggest that the market's implying that AMC has withdrawn some of that money as well, right? So when you look at the direct correlation on how much price moved in regards to the 350 million, they did it in the market cap. We lost that in the market cap. What price did I say it should get to? They made it move to, what number did I come up with? $6.65. At $6, before the AMC did this last dilution, we were running around 10. We closed at around $10.09 a share. When AMC announced the dilution, we moved down to about the price that we should have moved down to equate to $350 million worth of money. Would have been a total price per share of about $6.65. So, and here we've been trading really close to 666 for quite a while now. So if you, in regards to where the market is suggesting the money went to, it's suggesting that it went to AMC. Because our market cap the day before the announcement of the dilution was just a hair over 2 billion, with a market cap of 1.68. That would have us, which is $350 million. That would put us trading at $6.65.
They've got the distinguished looking gentleman with the gray beard and the gray hair. Did the commercials. I don't always drink beer, but when I do, it's Dos Equis, that kind of guy.
Yeah, he's doing crypto.
They've got, he's slinging crypto now.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yep, I saw that.
Yeah.
I find Bitcoin interesting these days, or something like that, right?
Yeah.
I wonder if wait, who did he was, it was Dos Equis, right? No, who was he doing the commercials for?
Yeah.
It was Dos Equis?
I don't
No.
always drink beer, but when I do, it's Dos Equis.
Okay, yeah. So I wonder if Dos Equis is going to go after Bitcoin at all. I mean, I guess how would you go after Bitcoin? Can you?
Who are you gonna? Yeah.
Who would you go after?
No, I didn't listen to it. I had it on mute. I just seen him on the screen, so I don't know if he used the same tagline or not.
I wonder who paid for that.
They got him well dressed. He's made to look real elegant. And
who paid for that?
Isn't he the one they call the most interesting man in the world? Or
yes.
Maybe Dos Equis is with somebody else. Like they collaborated.
Maybe they heavily invested in Bitcoin and they want to see their
maybe
they want to see some profit.
Maybe they paid, right?
Maybe they
funded
did
their own
push.
Their pump and dump.
Yeah, their own pump and dump.
Isn't he the one that had the commercial where they had the miniature giraffes? Did you see that one?
I didn't see that.
He was so rich. It was like he had this real opulent house and all of the Grey Poupon mustard out and all that shit. And then they zoomed in on him, and then he had like a miniature giraffe, but it was alive. It was like such an exotic. It was like owning a unicorn as a pet. Really funny commercial. But when I say miniature giraffe, I think the giraffe was like the size of a mouse, or maybe a chinchilla, if you will. Where does one even go to find a miniature giraffe if you had the means to buy one? That's the question.
The fish, Tendies Plus Plus has thrown fish quotes, song, I guess song lyric quotes out here. I've only known a couple people in my life whoever listened to Fish music, and it was always druggies, always major potheads.
Stoners.
Yeah, total
Stoners.
stoners. Like there is no denying the fact that they are like hippies can be in stoning like on a constant basis. And so I've never actually sat through a Fish song before, so I don't know what I'm missing out on, but I can't say that I've ever gone and listened to one of their songs. In fact, I think you guys had me play one of their songs. I was like, I didn't even know that was theirs. Why is it? Why is it that Fish is such a popular stoner music? What is it about it?
I don't think I've ever heard one of their songs. I mean, I'm familiar with them. I've heard people speak of them, but
that's what I'm saying. I don't know that I know any of them. It's like, but I do. I've heard one. I know somebody said like, "Oh, you got to play."
To
this
be
song.
fair, I wasn't familiar with Tool either until you guys started talking about it. So it's not surprising that I'm out of touch. Out of touch.
4
The thing
million.
that made Fish so popular is that when Jerry Garcia died, they picked up a lot of fans who were traveling with the dead.
Okay.
Was that in the mid to late 90s or
95, I think.
90? Okay, that's the exact year that. Okay, that was the year that I went to college and I was a freshman in a university. And some of the guys that I knew who were the potheads were all listening to Fish. So, yeah, that makes sense. It was exactly 1995.
Bro.
Yeah. Makes all kinds of sense now to me. I had no idea.
It's true. They came to my hometown, which was a former air base in 98 or 99. Northern New York. That place was... It was just the biggest thing that ever came to town. Let's put it that way.
I feel like there's 3 things that go well together. Dreadlocks, Fish, 4 things. Weed, and patchouli oil. You will find those 4 things. Anytime you hear Fish music, you will find those 4 things present. Doesn't matter where you are.
My roommate in college also was he played Sublime and Fish basically nonstop. Yes, he was a stoner galore, but I never had a problem with it.
Yeah, I mean, when I was in the presence of these gentlemen, I never had a problem with the music they were playing, and I'm sure it was Fish. I just didn't know what it was, what I was listening to, but I never had a problem with it either. It wasn't annoying or anything.
Right.
I just knew they would talk about it,
Dude.
and I was like, I don't know what they're talking about.
Stop being so happy and cool.
I've never smelled the patchouli oil, but I've heard people talk about it. My impression was it's just something they use to try to mask body odor. I don't know. Maybe that was just a stereotype that I read and fell victim to, but that was kind of the stereotype of the
Smells like
hippies in the
sweet
60s.
dirt.
Hippies in the 60s as well. Never take a bath, never wash their hair, all that kind of shit. No
Aside
deodorant.
from, yeah, we got some incense, bro. The nag champa. We're burning it up.
Yeah. I
all
love
good.
4 Milli Jilly says the I can hacky sack. That probably there's probably 5 things you can add to that. Maybe a couple more things. The incense. Right. I forgot about incense too. Yeah, that's another good one. If Fish is being played, there's likely a hacky sack nearby. Maybe a little bit of incense being burned. Who knows? Maybe even one of those. God, what were those caps called? I don't know what those caps are called that they had their hair in.
Oh, like a traditional African knit wool.
Yeah,
like a wool,
the knitted
cap.
I don't know what to call it though. There's got to be a name for it.
Reggae guys were fond of tucking their dreadlocks up underneath them.
I don't know what those are called though. I have no idea. Yeah, the mushroom caps, those things.
I got a couple for you. You want some?
You have some of those? No, you don't. You lie.
Mushroom caps.
Oh,
mushroom caps.
You probably do have mushroom caps. Billy says a beanie. I don't know if they were called beanies. I mean, they could have been. I don't know. I have no idea what they were called.
Beanie babies. Beanie babies, right?
I don't know.
I got Casey. Were you inside your mother's womb for 9 months, or did you get out sooner?
I don't know. I think I might have. I don't know. I don't remember. I was there. I don't remember.
I'm just saying, because why don't they add these? If it was 6 months, 9 months, 11 months, why is that not added into our years of like life?
Depends where you are.
Well, they call it a birthday. They don't call it in utero day.
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
if you go for an international driver's license, certain countries overseas will give you like date of kind of approximate date of conception, from what I understand.
Okay. Wow. You see?
Well, they call their birth year, so like they get like a year before. So you're one when you're born, essentially. They don't start at 0 or count months.
See what they're trying to steal. They try to steal everything from us.
When you're born, you're 1, and you count from there.
So were you alive before you were born?
Well, I don't want to debate that, but
Obviously.
I'm just all I'm trying to say is that if somebody from China were to come over and tell you that they were 35 years old, in American years, they would actually be 34.
Is that a riddle? Or you're actually telling me this?
No, I'm telling you. Yeah, I'm telling you how it is.
Oh, okay.
Granola Gorilla fixed this up. He said it's called a Rasta cop. Rastaman.
What's it called?
Cap or a tam.
Rasta cap.
A Rasta, like a Rastafarian.
Yeah,
a Rasta cap or
yeah,
a tam.
yeah. Okay.
Yep, crochet.
Nice. Thank you.
Casey, I'm just letting you know I'm driving right past the Pentagon right now.
Oh, that's cool, man. On the
Yes, sir.
395.
Yeah, I just went from there on 66 West.
Nice. Yep. Yeah, I grew up around those neck of the woods.
Yeah, they're not missing much with all this freaking traffic.
Dynamite says I always get looked over. What did Dynamite write here? Where did he write? I'm looking for it. I don't see it. A tam. Oh, I just looked it up. Well, nobody knows what you're talking about. You just put a tam. I just looked it up. You got to explain what it is. We didn't know.
TAM.
Yeah.
Tam. Answer for the.
You're cutting out, man.
The Rasta. The Rasta.
Pirate, you're roboting. Did you know the time at your feet is different than the time at the top of your head? Did you know? Yes, I did know that. Did you know that if you actually were in a situation where it was Honey, I Shrunk the Kids and you were actually smaller, that time time perception would be different? And you more than likely probably wouldn't be able to see? Well, I try 4 million gorillas. I try. Dr. Zia says it's a fascinating consequence of Einstein's theory of general relativity, which tells us that gravity warps both space and time. Yeah, it's a mind-boggling concept to think that, you know. I really don't like it. I can't stand it. It screws with my head to think that there's, you know, a stopwatch here and a stopwatch in space, atomically set to the same exact times, and that one's one's experiencing time different than the other. It defies like all kinds of logic that I can possibly, like the logic that my mind wants to understand time. it destroys it on how I understand it.
I have to stay away from those kind of subjects. It makes my mind hurt.
Yeah.
The headache.
Me too.
Get obsessed with.
I have sat
There is
down.
no answer. It's the concept of time and space and where we fit into all of it. It's a buzzkill for me, man. I try to stay away from that as much as I do the death topic or religion.
Mm.
None of it ever ends up in a good place for me.
What about sleeping like north to south or south to north? Y'all ever, like, while we're talking about patchouli and all that stuff, you ever think about that?
No, I never do. Never, ever, ever, ever have I thought about which direction am I laying down. I've never even gave it two thought. In fact, I don't even think about which direction I'm sitting down to look at a TV or a phone.
The one that I go back to, and I said I wasn't going to do this, but I'll throw it out there. There was a time when KC never existed and was never heard. You were never in existence, and then for that brief moment you're here, and then people will know you, and then the more time goes on after your death, the less you will exist until there will come a time where it will be just like you were never here.
Mm-hmm.
The last person who ever knew you will be gone. The last, everything, now it may be 400,000 years from now, whatever that length of time is. Be longer for Abraham Lincoln than it will be for Pirate for the obvious reasons. But sooner or later, all of existence will have forgotten you.
Yeah.
So then it begs the question, did you ever really exist in the first place? And if you did, was it just for such a short period of time that it didn't matter anyhow?
Right.
And then you slide into that hole that I live in called nihilism.
Hmm. Yeah.
Then you start doing a lot of drugs.
I think that way when I look up at the stars. If you go camping and you start looking at the stars, it really makes me feel so insignificant. I just go like, oh my God, yeah, I am a nothing in this universe. And I don't like that, honestly. I don't like the idea that I'm a nothing in the universe. It doesn't set well with me.
But what if you're wrong? What if you're wrong?
My significance in this universe
is
so minute.
Eventually, what if we needed you because you're just that other part that the universe will start to collapse because it's missing KC.
No, I mean, I understand where you're going with that, but that's when you start becoming self what? No. Where you become
prophesizing.
Where you're thinking that you are the center of the world and that everything revolves around you. Centered.
No.
Yeah, it is. It is because you have to realize. You have to realize that there's so much more out there than just you. It's not just about you. You could disappear.
It's not just about you. But what if you just part of the whole system of things? Like me, you, all of us are glued together.
No, I understand in this moment in time. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in the grand scheme of things, like Pirate said, 400,000 years from now, nobody's going to care about Abraham Lincoln. So, it's really about its purpose. It's really about a time kind of thing. It's like time has a way of erasing things and changing things, and our impact is not as big as we think that it is.
But it is.
We like to think that it is. That's what we want to think because then it gives us purpose. But my point is that you have to find purpose outside of that, and that's the point that I'm trying to make here. Is you have to find that you have a purpose, regardless of.
What tiptoeing around is what I say. If you use it as most people, they need a crutch psychologically because the ulterior. If what Pirate says is right, that it's all for nothing, that nihilism is true, then that's a terrifying concept. It's almost too much for the human mind to bear. That this is truly all it is. You're here like I said, life is but a vapor that appeareth for a moment and then vanisheth away. If you're truly just like a morning fog and that's all there is, period, end of game, that's a terrifying concept, and most of people can't deal with it. So they need to find something to use as a support system. That's what I think is. But I'm not saying that's bad. To say that you're interconnected or part of a spiritual world or whatever. I envy people who are able to do that. I like the capacity myself.
Yeah, but I believe that you have to find a purpose within yourself beyond
Live
like
in
just
the moment. Yep.
yeah.
Do you ever think you're actually in the trenches right now?
Living
Leading
the
the
now.
trenches.
Living
I think
the now. Yeah.
there's a battle that you're helping the lead fight right now. A big battle.
No, I agree.
A battle for the markets of our future, for our kids.
Yep.
And this may not be one of the battles that's fought on the battlefield with blood, but dare I say, stamina among our peers. But this is a different battle that's attempting to force a reconciliation, I believe.
Yeah. Don't worry, guys. I'm okay. I'm not saying that I believe that. Yeah. everybody always kind of takes the way that I say it as being like a real downer or something like that, but that's not really the case. It's really.
But what if that's your purpose?
Well, that's my point. Is that you have to find that purpose, right? Like you have to find a purpose or a reason for why you exist in this time. But it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be about everything. You know how my son. You remember how my son came in and said, "Dad, it's not all about you," because that's right. It's not all about me. It's about much more than me. There's more to everything that's around me than just me.
Yeah.
And when you realize that that's the bigger picture, is that there's more to encompass or think about that's around you. It humbles you as a person and makes you realize that your moment of time, your pain, your happiness, your whatever it is that you're feeling at the time is insignificant to what everybody else is experiencing combined. It's insignificant.
You know, The Simpsons, I think is a recent episode they just had. I don't know if you saw that.
I read something the other day. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Yucca. Please forgive me. Go ahead.
No. The Simpsons had you know how they show at the beginning, they show this like different ideas or whatever at the beginning of The Simpsons before they go into the actual episode. So they zoomed into Homer's brain, and then they kept zooming in, and then they saw like particles and then neutrons, and then they're kind of trying to show you that it goes deeper than what you think, and then ultimately it comes back to him again. Like it keeps going, but then it's him again. You got to see it. I'll post it in the bubble. It's this is what we're talking about.
Pirate, if you want to spit out what you're going to say real quick, and then I got to take off here.
Yeah, I'd like to take credit for it, but I just read it on the Twitter. It said, "We're all just extras in someone else's movie."
Oh yeah.
So
that sums it up.
It's Casey's movie.
It's not my movie.
No, every person thinks the movie's about them, but the truth is the rest of the world is just an extra in your movie.
Yeah.
Thanks for the fun, Dave.
Good fluffer here, Casey.
Wait, what? What was that last time? I heard you said something about fluffer, and then I couldn't hear you.
I'm a good fluffer.
That's it.
Well, alrighty then.
Okay.
All right.
Well, and with that, guys, it is that time of the day. I guess that's how we'll end this day out here. I'll see you guys in the back of the Big Tramp here in a minute. Let's see. Well, that's certainly a fun way to end the day. You know what time it is, and unfortunately, all good things must eventually come to an end. So, having said that, eat, sleep, drink, get plenty of rest. Be prepared. Prepare yourself for tomorrow. It is another training day. Spend time with your family, spend time with your friends, take your pets out for a walk because they like getting outdoors too. And for crying out loud, go see an AMC movie because after all, that's what we're here to do, is support AMC and our investments. But above all else, don't have a good night. Have a great night.
When the night's getting cold, you're needing a shoulder. Puff out your chest and be a little bolder. All we do is we buy and hold. There will be shills who wanna steal your thrills. There will be friends who hold till the end. There will be doubt, fear and cloud, but it's all in your head. Those hedgies are dead. Panic and fear really are near, but it's not ours to own. We have shown that all we do is buy and hold. Oh, there will be shills who wanna steal your thrills, and there will be friends who hold till the end, and there will be doubt, fear and cloud, but it's all in your head. Those hedgies are dead. So when the night's getting colder and you're needing that shoulder, these apes got your back. We got each other. All we do is we buy and hold.
T-minus 90 seconds and counting. All systems are go. We're about 90 seconds from the launch of Space Shuttle Discovery. T-minus 60 seconds and counting. We are transferring to orbiter internal power at this time. Discovery is now running off its 3 onboard fuel cells. Coming up on a go for auto sequence start. And we have a go for auto sequence start. Discovery's onboard computers have primary control of all the vehicle's critical functions. T-minus 17 seconds and counting. 15, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, start, 2, 1, booster ignition, and liftoff of the Space Shuttle Discovery, returning to the space station, paving the way for future missions beyond. booster separation confirmed. Guidance now converging. Discovery's onboard computers commanding the main engine nozzles to swivel, aiming the shuttle for its precise target in space for main engine cutoff.
Okay, you sound good.
Discovery Houston, negative return.
Copy, a negative return.